Hey guys, you already know what type of day it is. It's your girl Chelsea Afia, and I am back. Yes, I'm being very consistent with you guys, and with I'm back. Sorry, I'm back with another nail tutorial, and this one is a fill-in. Yes, I do offer fill-ins. I am the nail tech that offer fill-ins. Okay, but only on my work, of course, because it's just much easier. I don't have to do much. I know what product I use. It's the same ones, all EMA, and you always come back with healthy nails than what you had before. So yeah, this is one of my clients. I'm doing a filling with her. I'm literally just filing down the previous design. I am using a Pana fine carbide bit. I think it's 3-in-1. You can use this to seal the cuticle, but I really don't like how it seals the cuticle, so I just always been using it to file down my acrylic when I do a filling. So as I am filing down the design, I am also debulking the nail just a little bit. I don't have to do too much because she did not have any lifting, like barely any lifting, barely any air pockets. I like to call it air pockets, meaning that it's not necessarily lifting, like where the nail is literally like the acrylic nail is literally coming off the natural nail, but like due to like if you're constantly in water as the nail is growing out, it leaves some air pockets which you want to file off. And I use the very tip of my brush and just file it off ever so slightly, where I'm not, leaving any rings of fire, any lines on the natural nail, and damning it. I don't even know how to say the word more, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, literally that's what I'm finna doing. Let's go.
That's true, I'm digging you. You make me believe your love is one in a million. You You give me a really good feeling. All day long, your love is one in a million. It goes on and on. You give me a really good feeling. All day long. It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away. Come chase beach views and every day. All I wanna hear is an episode how we play. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you.
Now I'm using my sanding band, fine grit, to of course file the natural nail. You want to file all the natural oils so you will have a better adhesion of the acrylic or the primer and the acrylic. You don't want any natural oils on your nails because that can cause lifting. Of course, some people's natural nail gets oilier than others, but you always have to do this step. This is crucial, especially when it comes to a fill-in, because you are filling in the spots that have been grown out. So if you always take your time doing this. And then I also like to use the sanding band to get any dead skin and all that stuff. So yeah, sorry, a plane is passing. Ugh. Now I'm using my dehydrator. I'm using the IDB, I believe that's what's called, the dehydrator. but it's what I had. I usually use the Mia Secret, but I'm using my Mia Secret primer. So yeah, just get you a dehydrator. I think dehydrators are just dehydrators, but you know. Now it's time to pick up my bead, and as you saw, I'm just picking up a pretty small bead. Of course, this is the pinky, so we want to pick up a small bead, and I make sure it's nice and semi-dry, or like just dry enough but still wet enough for me to let it stay, and me have the control to brush it down and place it where I want to place it. So when you are placing your bead on the cuticle area, you just place it very so close to the cuticle area, and just I like to wait for like a good 2 to 3 seconds, and then that's where I let my brush push the bead to the cuticle, as close to the cuticle as possible. And then those last 2 beads, I just filled in the spots that were filed off, where you can see her natural nail a little bit. You want those parts to be covered, because that can cause breakage to the nail if she like hits it by accident or whatever. And then this last bead, I just it's a little bigger bead. It's still not thick at all. I just like to, sometimes depending, I like to just drag down a bigger bead throughout the nail to just cover it. Make sure that the tip is very important, that the tip is back straight, back to its C curvature under the tip, because you know that's what we want. That's the goal, at least for me. So like as you can see, again, that first bead not as big, push it close to the cuticle, make sure it's not flooding the cuticle. Wait 1 to 3 seconds to, you know, play with it. Like, don't brush it immediately once you apply it to the cuticle or the spots that need to be filled in. Wait for at least 3 seconds. So as you can see, like, I'm not brushing it completely. I just play with it. Like, I'm pushing it off from the side so it doesn't flood anywhere, like, you already know. So you can just watch me do all that, and we go to the next step in, you know, 3, 2, 1 or whatever.
Then dip me underway. You can fill my mind for flow. Hold me till I scream for air to breathe, and wash me over until my will runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, 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 deep, 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 deep. reach my peak, babe, peak, babe, peak. And reach right into the bottom of my fountain. I want to play in your deep, babe, deep, babe, deep. Then dip me underway. You can kill my mind for the flow, flow, flow. Hold me till I scream for air to breathe. And wash me over until my well runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby, baby. And rock right up to the side of my mountain, climb until you reach my peak, baby, peak, baby, peak. And reach right into the bottom of my fountain. I want to play in your deep, baby, deep, baby, deep.
Now, after I filled in all the nails, I am going to my fine carbide bit. This is the Nano Volcano one. And I am just sealing the cuticle. It's the same process as if you was to do a full set, making sure you are going from left to right if you're left-handed, or right to left if you're right-handed. And I'm not sure if you're a beginner nail tech, and if you're left-handed, you want to make sure your drill, if you are using a drill, that it is the switch, the little switch that every drill has, is on R or reverse. If you're left-handed, it goes clockwise. So when it's on reverse, it's literally spinning from left to right. So yes, I am just sealing the cuticle. I'm going left to right using the tip of my bit to making sure to file to I'm using the tip of my bit to file down and sealing the cuticle, meaning that like you want to kind of see where the acrylic and the natural nail is. You want to that determines excuse me, this I literally just woke up, guys. That determines that the nails are properly sealed. So yeah, you literally want to make sure that you kind of see the person's natural nail when you are sealing the cuticle. That for sure determines that you did not there's no acrylic on the cuticle, and all that stuff. And also it's very important too that you are literally moving that person's nail around. Make sure you have control of that person's nail. Make sure they're not stiff, where literally the thumb is on the top of the person's nail and of the person's finger, and either your index finger, middle finger. You don't have to do your ring finger doesn't necessarily have to be placed, but I use all 3 fingers. I'm pretty light-handed when it comes to this, so I'm not putting pressure on my client. If you are heavy-handed, always use just your index finger and middle finger, and literally it gives you the mobility to move that finger around. Like literally it's 1 2 1 2, and that will help you properly seal the cuticle, properly file down, debulk anything that needs any bumps, lumps, all that stuff. So yeah, let me stop rambling because we got some music in the background. I know y'all want to listen to that, so let me do that for y'all.
And another woman that could take your spotlight. If I wrote you a symphony, just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents my heart, but there's just one thing I need from you. Say I do, because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. Ain't another woman that can take your spot, my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. Ain't another woman that can take your spot, my love.
Now after I seal the cuticle, I like to file after. Some people do it before, some people do it after, some people do it during, but I always seal the cuticle first and then file. So literally self-explanatory. Like if you want a specific video on how to file, let me know, because it's definitely a technique. Like, you know, now these nail techs don't file how these chinos file, and it's all about the tips you use. Like no curved tips, no one, okay, maybe a slim few know how to file well with curved tips, give that nice shape, but of course the nails are curved. That's just their technique. I don't F with curved tips. It's always straight tips, okay? Even if it's not C-curved, straight, baby, straight, okay? So yeah, like I don't have to file too much. I am just filing, reshaping, basically making sure that there's no acrylic on the sides of nails, making sure the tip is nice and straight. I flip my client's hands over because I want to make sure that the tip is nice and straight. I also see if both the whole nail is straight, is not crooked, and all that stuff. So yeah, self-explanatory. Let me let y'all listen to the music. That's the whole point of this video, I guess.
Is be my love, my love, my love. Ain't another woman that can take your spot, my love, my love, my love. Ain't another woman that can take your spot, my love. My love. fill me up till my cup's overflowing. I'm so anxious just to feel the silence. It's so quiet, but I hear you saying to me, baby, said our time we're making up time. The times you wasn't with me waking up. Now you never said I couldn't miss your touch. I needed to distance myself from you. I was just alone with you. So come close, won't you? Won't you? Can I tell you something for what it is worth? We've been having it days on end. Take you there, I'll show you something, give you more than words. We've been having it days on end.
And the final step before design, I am using my sandy band to file the surface of the nail, then buff it with my purple buffer. It's just an extra step I do when I use the sandy band. You really don't have to do it. I just like to use it because it makes my nails super smooth and all that stuff. And yeah, it's lit. Now, time for design. As you can see on my other phone over there, I have a little inspo pic. I really don't remember who did this design that my client showed me. So sorry, I can't really give the inspo. But I am using D&D DC collection in the number 111 Sweet Yam, I believe. I always grab this color. It's a nice, beautiful, peachy color. Here's the plane again. I'm sorry, guys. And I am basically making like, I want to say like a wave type of line. I literally am just making like a, how can I say it? Like, I'm making like a squiggly line, but more of a wave effect. And I'm just doing it basically like on the third quarter of the nail. Not fully half, and of course not fully full. So yeah. And I'm just doing different type of wavy lines on all 5 of the nails, as you can see. But of course I did all 10, but I'm just showing you only 5. So yeah, you can just watch that. I can't really explain what I'm doing half of the time when it comes to designs, because I personally don't know like the actual terminology of it, or if it is. And if you are a visual learner like me, you'll get this down packed. But yeah, that's all I can say. Oh yes, and if you notice my pinky, it's August right now. Just literally the end of August. I messed it up like 2 months ago, and it's halfway grown, like dead ass. Like it's halfway grown. Like the whole pinky came off. because I was literally playing with my little brother, and that pinky alone was very weak. I had an extra long nail on it, and it just it hit. He hit it, and the pain was not it. So literally, thankfully, my birthday is all the way in December, so I still got 3 more months until it's fully grown, fully healed. And I'll be more cautious, of course, because these nails ain't cheap when it breaks. Like your whole natural nail, when your whole natural nail breaks, you will feel the pain. Like, it was bad, but you know, I'm a G. I got through it. Period.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. So no one else can do like you do. That's why I'm mine. Spend my life with you. I wanna please you in any way I can. I wanna share my world. Don't you understand? Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give all day long. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long.
Now, after we applied the peachy type of color, we are going into white, and we are going on the top of the squiggly line, just basically outlining the top part of what we did the first time with the first color. And then the second line is going to be placed in the middle. So we are just outlining the top of the design that we made with the white, and then in the middle we're doing the same thing, just placing a line there. It doesn't have to be asymmetrical. It does have to be symmetrical. Sorry, It can be however you want. Be creative with it. When I do inspos, for example, I really don't do it exactly like the picture, because in reality you really can't, unless you are like Mona effing Picasso or D'Angelo in this, okay? But like, if you're just a regular schmegular nail tech that knows how to do a little 1-2 drawing, don't stress yourself. Like with this finger, I had to like wipe it off so many times because I was kind of stressing myself. Who is calling me? Give me a sec, y'all. Some foo-foo scam likely that was calling your girl. You already know. So yeah, like, don't stress yourself when it comes to nail art. Like, do what you're capable of doing, and let your client know that you personally cannot do this type of design, but I can do something similar, and they will definitely be okay with that. Clients just want you to be honest, dead ass. My clients know that I do these type of abstract designs, so that's what they request for. They hardly ever request like the whole damn portrait of a face and all that stuff. Like, I do little faces like eyes, little flowers, very like 2D nail art. I don't do 3D. I don't do like real life faces. That's a hold up. Like, leave it to the ones that know how to do it, okay? And I will be charging a pretty penny per nail for that, because alone that will take me like an hour per nail. I know that for a fact. So yeah, that's just a little, advice for you guys. I don't want you guys to stress yourself, because in this nail game, everybody's trying to do the same thing y'all are doing. And do what you're capable of doing. You'll get clients regardless. It's all about your quality of nails. It's not about which nail design, nail technique, or whatever you're capable of doing. If you have a whole complete different technique than me or the next person, and your nails last 4 to 6 weeks like mine, you're good. That's it. Leave it. Like, if you want to try something new, of course, there's always room to try something new. There's mad freaking noise in the background. Like, I live in a whole quiet area and it's still mad noise. Like, I don't understand. Shut up. But yeah, see how I just go from 0 to 100? But yeah, if you want to try something new, there's always room for improvement, always room to try something new, and you guys can do it. I know y'all can do it. I know y'all can do it. See, okay, I'm off at this point. I don't want y'all to hear that. Now we are applying top coat. I am using the Cooper matte top coat because we wanted matte. At first, she was thinking of getting it shiny, but I'm like, get it matte, sis. This design will be perfection if we do it matte, and it turned out perfection. Yes.
It's not that I want you here. Yeah. It's not the way you say it to my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist you. You get away. On trees, beach views, and every day. All I wanna do is in the pictures on replay. Still right next to you. You do. Try not to show. Now I feel like you is your way. You don't really want to. I just wanna get away. It's still right next to you. I don't wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Feel you. I want you around. I want you around.
And voila, we are finito. Beautiful. Love the shape, of course. The design goes perfect. So cute.